Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience with being a latecomer to Goth because I didn't really know anything about the subculture until I was 20, which was less than 3 years ago. I'm 23 now. So I wanted to kind of talk about it. From what I've heard from a lot of people's experiences, it seems like the norm is that people have, learn about goth maybe when they're in high school or middle school, somewhere in the teenage years, and that was, that never happened for me. I didn't learn about it until I was in college, and so it's always made me feel kind of like a little weird ever since I started learning about the subculture and identifying as goth, because I've always felt, even though I know it's a welcoming subculture, I know that it's one that I fit into and that I feel is a big part of who I am. But it's also kind of weird because I feel like I don't have as much knowledge as a lot of people that are maybe even the same age as me, because I got started late. I didn't know about it. I guess kind of the reason why I didn't know about it when I was, in high school was partially because I kind of, while I was interested in dark things, in dark music, in the fashion and everything, I was afraid that it wasn't good to do that. Like it was wrong somehow, because I think it was partially because of stereotypes and because of a little bit of my religious beliefs. Well, actually, a lot about my religious beliefs that made me feel that way, because I felt that if I even started looking into something, that I was interested on that aspect instead of like happy, positive, whatever, instead of like, instead of, oh, this is dark, gloomy, even though it can be positive too, I felt like I wouldn't fit in with anybody, and I felt like it was wrong. Like spiritually, it was devilish or something. I don't know. So, because I was always interested in, whenever I saw people dressing in alternative fashion in school, and, interesting dark music that I heard, although I hadn't heard goth music until I was in college. I was always interested in those types of things, but I never looked into them because I was afraid to. So, if you're watching this and you are afraid to be yourself, to do the things you want to, please don't follow what I did in high school, and please realize that these things aren't bad, that it's not bad to have dark interests, it's not bad to like these types of things that aren't necessarily the norm, but that are fine to be interested in. So I guess that was kind of the reason. Some of my favorite songs, though, have always been darker songs, have always been more emotional songs. I always find things that are maybe sad or angry, like those emotions conveyed in music, I find to be really beautiful, because it kind of shows the diversity of emotion, the diversity of beauty that there can be, that it's not all just like sunshine and daisies, but it's, moons and clouds and things like that, that is just, it's just what I like. It's another thing that's beautiful in life that some people don't really take note of, or they think is gross or sad. So I've always been interested in those types of things, but I never really put a name to that. I never really identified within something. I'm not making any sense, but you know what I mean. So, I guess like when I actually started knowing more about the subculture and getting interested in it and identifying as goth, I just always felt like I didn't have enough knowledge. So I'm still working on that. I'm still working on learning all I can and everything like that. There's so much out there, so much music to listen to, so many books to read, so many people's opinions to be heard, and knowledge. Although I am a latecomer, I am very happy and proud to call myself a goth, and that was kind of my experience. So yeah, hope you guys liked. Comment and like if you'd like to, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!